What's up, guys? Welcome straight from the chest. My name is Justin Groth, and I just want to take this time to thank you for tuning in with me. Welcome if you're new. If you've been listening to me for any length of time, I appreciate you. Like I said, if you're new, I appreciate you. Man, this day got away from me. I got sidetracked doing all sorts of things. I did some things today that I don't normally do on Wednesdays, and it just, this time got away from me as we're doing this podcast at 10:09 at night. And, but I will not go the day without doing it because it's important to me. Things like this are important to me. There are many things that I do in my routine in life that are important to me, and I put them in practice because they are in fact important to me, and they're actually what make me who I am. And I noticed that there's, I go through different seasons of life where I change my routine, and I think I'm embarking on that sort of season again, where I think it's time to change some things because it's coming to a point where I'm kind of frustrated with certain elements of my routine. And it's not a bad thing, but as much as I like to be predictable in terms of myself and in the way that I do things, and predictable to people as well, I for some reason I like that. I like having a routine, and I like people being able to know this is what he does at this time. If you're like my family members or my girlfriend, you know these things about me because I'm predictable and I'm very structured and I'm very just, bop, 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 bop. Just, it is what it is. Like, I hate that saying, by the way. It is what it is. But I can't believe I just used it. But I'm very just, predictable. Again, okay, so... But I'm coming to a point where I'm just not into that anymore. Like I'm into being predictable, but my routine is one of that has to change. I just have to change some elements to it because it's just getting draining right now. But anyways, there's a and this is something that kind of goes into what I just spoke on, but there's a narrative that's being perpetuated all over social media. I don't think this is a new thing, but it's definitely something that strikes a chord with me because I just find it to not be practical. It's not a practical application. And this is what it is. Listen, if you're of the camp that likes to perpetuate the narrative of positive affirmations, as well and good as those are, positive affirmations are not going to get the job done. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. You probably already understand because you're not a simpleton, you understand these things, these elements. Well, maybe you are a simpleton, but you still get it because simpletons can even understand this. You don't need to just tell yourself, I am worthy. When I hear people say that, I fucking laugh. Because what does that even mean? Of course you're worthy. You're a human being. You're one in like 4 trillion. You could have been anything. You're a human being. Why would you not think you're worthy? Why are we even vocalizing that? Why are we even bringing that to the surface? Okay, worthy doesn't mean anything. Like, of course you're worthy. I'm able. I'm capable. I'm worthy of being loved. Okay, so these are all constructs I wouldn't even say a construct. These are all little constituents that you like to vocalize and you think that it makes a difference. Let me tell you what really makes the difference. What really makes the difference is when you actually prove to yourself that you can do something. When you prove to yourself you are worth a shit. The only way you do that is by accepting certain tasks responsibilities, creating disciplines, the same shit that I've pretty much perpetuated in all of most of my videos, or most of my podcasts rather. So when you do this, there's a funny thing that happens. When you allow a task to combat you, and you contend with it, and you do it, whatever that said task is, or that challenge that you face is, you obviously come out of it alive. You might be scathed, but you come out of it, and you understand, I have the ability to do that said task, and I know this because I did it. And so when you do these things and you come out, you can reflect, and then you understand, I'm better as a result, even though I might have hated it, but I'm better because I did it, and it's something that I didn't think I probably could do, but now I've done it. And even if you failed at it, you have the lesson learned. So that's not a fail. That's a win too. Even in the fail, there's a win. So when you understand these things, there's a reciprocity factor attached to it. And the reciprocity factor is, look, I did this. I'm now proud of myself for doing this. That instantiates worth. Or instantiates more confidence in who you are. So you prove to yourself. The only way you prove to yourself is not by just merely saying something, because that can only go so far. That's not practical. That's why positive affirmations are shit. What's really gonna be your growth is your actions. Whatever actions that you put forth in real world living. So, and the only way you can act on something more often than not is if you create a discipline around that action. Because you're a human being like me, you like to be comfortable like me. So when you're comfortable, you don't do shit, or you definitely don't do things outside of your element. But when you get outside your element, or like a lot of these toters like to kind of use the term, I like to get uncomfortable being, comfortable being uncomfortable. I hate that one too. It's so non-original. It's so cliche now. But it's true. But get outside your element. It's what they're trying to say. When you get outside your element, you go on uncharted waters, you understand this is new navigation here. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's going to come at me, but I'm willing to run that race. I'm willing to go in these uncharted waters. And it doesn't take just a little bit of grit to do that. It takes a lot. And so when you do that, you understand there's a lot of scare tactics that are involved in this. Like you could be fearful, scared of this over here, this over there. And there's a lot of ambiguities associated with it as well. But you need those things, because once you make it out the other end, alive, maybe scathed, but all the while you're alive. And even if it was a fail, it was a lesson in that, so that's a win. It's not necessarily just a failure that you toss to the side. So now you've learned something about yourself, and or you've accomplished something that you didn't think you could accomplish before. So now you've created an element of worth that didn't exist prior, that wouldn't have existed had you just merely said, I am worthy. I am well able. You know what I'm saying? Those things that people say, that's for the lazy. The lazy says that shit. The lazy says that, and the people that say that, they also just want to say that. And I'm not trying to call anybody out here. I'm not trying to say that you're not doing a good job by saying those things and advocating those principles to people, because some people they need that. But what people need more than that is they need to apply action towards those said affirmations. And the only way that you understand that you're actually able to do those, to acquire those affirmations, is by way of you creating discipline and taking on or adopting responsibility and allowing yourself to go through these different trials or challenges that cause you to have to level up, have to evolve, have to change your trajectory. But once you do that, you understand, man, I made it out alive. I can do that now. Whereas I didn't think I could before. And so all these things, they create more confidence, more esteem, more self-clout. Not in the clout in a bad way, but self-clout where you understand, like, look, man, I am worth a shit. It derives meaning to you as well. And then it makes you want to also do other things that cause you to be challenged. But you know that because you're confident from this thing over here, that look, I can probably do this over here too. And you just start racking up the points, man, and racking up like the confidence points under your belt. Like you just keep adding a new notch to the belt, adding a new notch to the belt. But you won't have those things if you just talk. If you just talk the shit, it's not going to do anything. So my advice, don't talk the shit. Just go out there and act. That's it. Affirmations are not for you. Action is for you. Affirmations, it's fine to dream. I love to dream. I've been dreaming my whole life, man. But it's not enough to just dream. You have to take steps towards that particular action that's going to cause you to manifest the dream. I know I'm not saying anything that's original here. I know you understand this. But for your own sake, stop listening to the quote-unquote influencers that are telling you to just, love yourself, speak positively over yourself. Those things are great, but they're futile if you don't apply action. If you do not apply action, it doesn't mean shit. Do you understand that? Doesn't mean shit. And that is something that needs to be squashed. Positive affirmations are okay, but they're meaningless if you don't apply action. People are applying far too many positive affirmations to their lives and little to zero action. Zero action. It's like effectively saying, I want to lose weight, but I'm going to sit on the couch and eat Doritos and watch reruns of MASH all day long. But I want to lose weight, but I'm not going to get up and exercise. I'm not going to adopt that challenge. But I want to lose weight. I want to feel better. I want to look better. Oh, that strawberry shortcake looks really good. I haven't done shit today, but eat pizza and tacos. And then I'm going to have that strawberry shortcake too. But I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight and I want to keep it off. And I want to live a healthy lifestyle. But you're not adopting any particular challenge that's going to cause you to get better. So you see how positive affirmations don't mean anything? They don't mean anything in the absence of action. You don't have shit if you don't have action. Now, I'm not saying that it's all about action. Action. No, because then you can get too ambitious. And then you can lose sight of who you were called to be. Maybe you start doing things for the wrong reasons. Maybe money becomes a demigod to you, and that's wrong too. But if you can keep a healthy balance between your desires, your wants, and also the action component relative to the affirmation component, I think you'll have a good life. I think you'll have a good trajectory. I think you'll have a strong trajectory. But you can't keep positively affirming yourself when you don't have anything to prove. You have nothing of action to prove that you deserve those positive affirmations. Maybe you don't deserve them yet. Maybe you should tell yourself, I'm shit right now, but I gotta get better. And I know to get better, I gotta do this, that, and the other. You know what to do, man. That's the problem. You know what to do. That is the toxicity here that cripples you. You know what to do, But you choose to do the comfortable thing instead. And I understand that. Like, you're a human being, we want to be comfortable. But if you don't adopt some element of challenge, if you don't turn the thermometer up just a little bit, you're not going to get that uncomfortable and you're not going to see what you're made of. It's just a sickness, man. It's a sickness. These affirmation people, it's a sickness. These people that say that you're good where you are, that's a sickness. That's a dysfunction. You're not good where you are. You need to be better. We all need to be better every day. I know that sucks to hear, but listen, I feel the same way about myself. It doesn't mean that I'm searching for perfection, because we all know that doesn't exist. We're not searching for perfection. We're searching to be better versions of who we were yesterday. That's not a bad thing to want. It doesn't mean that it's going to be monetary. You're not trying to be richer than you. I'm not saying be richer than you were yesterday. Some people believe that, not me. I'm saying be better than you were yesterday, even if it's 0.00001% better. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing narcissistic attached to that. There's nothing egocentric attached to that. That's you evolving. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not going to do it by way of just positively affirming yourself. If anything, I would argue that's crippling you. Because you're too busy positively affirming and not busy enough applying action. So get busy doing action. Done.